G'day, Stu from UAVfutures here, and today, well, we're going to be checking out what I like to call the white tops. So what these are the new motors from Emax. There's been a few reviews out on them lately, but I wanted to check them out for myself when you guys have been asking about it. So what this is going to be, I guess, a quick little review about these Emax white top motors. Now, I'm not even going to be sticking them on the bench because I've already stuck them on the quad, but I will be flashing some pictures up on the screen. But very quickly, Emax has been really like smashing it out of the park lately with some of their motors. Like their original red bottoms were sort of some of the first to use those N52 magnets and really make a big difference in terms of thrust. And then we had the racing editions, and now we've got these little bad boys. Well, I should say bigger bad boys, because these are a 2306 motor, so a little bit bigger. And you know, there's been a bit of hype around them, so I want to take them out and test them for myself. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to take him out to the field, we'll fly him around, I'll give you my commentary as well on what I think about the motors, and then we'll hand him over to Grumpy Trev and he'll rip it around and see what he thinks as well. See if you can tell the difference from flying the original red bottoms or the race version, and see if you can actually notice that bigger, the bigger size motor that comes with these, so the 23s. Anyway, let's waste no time, let's cut down straight to the field, sort of fly this thing around and see how it goes. Alright, let's do it. Alright, down here in the field, I've built an absolute monster. So I think I called this one the Scorpion or something like that because of its little tail. It's got the GT frame, but nothing else is the same as the GT. And something I'm really excited about, and Trevor's been asking a lot about as well, is these white top, the new Emax motors. So I can't wait to rip it around. So what we're going to do, let's put a few packs through this and see just how much performance we can get out of these motors. Alright, let's do it. Alrighty, on board, and the reason these ones, well, a lot of people thought they'd be special because they're a 2306 motor, so that's a little bit bigger. We're usually used to like 2205s or something like that. So I guess what I really wanted to know was that extra, I guess, the extra width of the whole motor and, you know, a little bit taller stator, was that going to make a big difference? And for me, on a Cyclone prop, I really couldn't tell the difference at all. Now, this is just some really short flying footage, but overall, I've got to say that it wasn't that impressive whatsoever. I didn't really feel it definitely didn't feel bad, but I didn't feel any significant upgrade whatsoever. And I guess to quote Joshua Bardwell, I know in one of his videos, he sort of said, well, what's the point? And I can totally agree. On a 5-inch version, I really didn't notice too much difference whatsoever. Maybe on a 6-inch prop, it might be a little bit different, but overall, yeah, I think it might have been a little bit of a letdown, or there might have been a little bit too much hype when it came to flying around with this sort of size motor. Definitely on a 5-inch anyway. And to sum it up, I guess it felt pretty much like a normal everyday quad, except it's probably a little bit heavier. And then this part's a little bit funny. This is also where it went pretty sketchy. My battery flung out, and this took ages to find, but I'll roll that at the end. Alright, so I've flown with the white tops, and look, I'm not totally blown away. They definitely didn't feel bad and felt very, very smooth, but they weren't blowing my socks off like the first red bottoms were for a lot of people. So now let's give them over to Grumpy Trev and see what he thinks.
Okay. It punches out okay. It doesn't feel much different than anything else we fly. It doesn't feel any different to anything else we fly to me. Really finding it hard to notice any difference. It doesn't feel any more punchy.
What would you say compared to your old red bottoms that you've been flying around? Any different?
It doesn't feel any different to me. Punches out just the same. No, honestly, I reckon these would probably be okay on a 6-inch props. Oh, look, I'm not a fan. To me, it just feels like any other 5-inch to fly.
Alright, give it a Grumpy Trev rating out of 10.
Look, good, they're red bottoms, I'd give them a 7, but I wouldn't buy them over normal red bottoms.
What about if the price was exactly the same? What one would you get?
Oh, I'd still get the red ones. Alrighty,
so there it is. There's my quick review of the Emax white tops. Hopefully that's what we call them anyway, because we don't need another reason to call them Emax red bottoms with 23s. That's way too confusing. But there's my review of the white tops. And for me, is it worth it? To be honest, if I already had an original set of Emaxes, an original set of red bottoms, I wouldn't be sort of upgrading anytime soon because I couldn't really tell the difference. These things might be better suited to like a 6-inch prop or something like that, or maybe a different prop that they've got with this sort of combo. But on the current version with the 5-inch Cyclones, I really couldn't tell too much of a difference, if any at all. So that part, I guess, was a little bit disappointing because I was really hoping for a big step in the future. Look, are they a bad motor? Absolutely not. Are they worth upgrading if you've already got some red bottoms or already got some powerful motors? I would probably say just hold on to what you've got. Anyway, Hope that you guys like that. Definitely subscribe for more FPV related content, and as always, happy flying. And a big shout out to, I'm going to roll a clip in a minute. Thanks so much to Grumpy Trev for actually finding my GoPro and finding my quad when I did a flip with this, because it definitely did disappear and I wasn't 100% sure if we were going to actually be able to find it. Alright, so here's why Trevor always tells me to put Velcro on my batteries, because we're just down here. I lost my quad because I ejected a battery mid-air, and I just said there's no hope of finding that battery. And look what Trevor's found. Champion, legend.